When I was a child, one of my favorite television programs was The Muppet Show. Every night before I went to bed, I would tune on to the show. I would always get excited when my favorite character, Kermit, appeared. Right after dinner one night, I turned to see the green frog, always brought a smile to my face. The show started out normal, with Kermit introducing a special guest star. However, things turned to a little strange when Kermit introduced a special guest as Satan. And instead of the normal happy singing, there was no sound at all. Instead, the camera faded into black and then a white doorway. As the camera inched closer and closer, I began to hear small bits of the white noise. It then cut to the scene of Kermit in front of the standard red feeder curtains. There were several things out of place. However, Kermit's head seemed warped and longer than usual. The colors seemed composed and were now different and darker. The bricks were also covered in very bright substance, which seemed to be carelessly splattered on the wall. Kermit did not say anything. Instead, he just stared blankly at the camera, barely moving. I'm not quite sure how long the scene lasted, but to me it seemed to go on forever. Finally, the scene had transitioned to a very dimly lit room that seemed to be someone's attic. The film was black and white, and again, the only source of light that came from the door was some boxes in the back. The room was very dirty, and random objects had scattered around and across the floor. There was a dirty old projector toppled over in the middle of the room as well. I stared at it for a bit, until something suddenly moved behind it. What I saw will haunt me for the rest of my life. Overstretched, limbless, and a filthy Kermit puppet was slowly being dragged across the floor by an unseen string. It looked lifeless, until the head began craning forward towards the camera. Even though no one was puppeteering, it looked to ages and took ages for the poor frog's gaze to finally reach me. But as soon as it did, the program cut to static. I just sat in silence, frozen by fright and just staring at the TV to this day. I still have no clue what happened that night. The Muppet Show will still always be one of my favorite television shows, but it will not be quite the same because of that fateful night.